All right, so today we're going to do lesson 52, which is rational expressions and overall averages. And then I've already given you the paper to print out the vocabulary, because the vocabulary word for lesson 52 is the denominator, numerator, same quantity rule, which says that the denominator and the numerator of a fraction may be multiplied by the same non-zero quantity without changing the value of the fraction. And so we're going to do a couple examples to make that make sense. And you can go ahead and write down the 3 steps. So these are the 3 steps we're going to use to solve these type of problems. So we're going to do rational expressions first. So the first step is that we need to find the least common multiple of the denominators. And once we do that, we're going to multiply each numerator by the previous opposite denominator, and then we're going to solve. And so this is what that looks like. So our first problem will be ax plus bx plus y. So ax plus b over x plus y. So our first step says to find the least common multiple. Right, and because we're dealing with letters, the least common multiple is going to be both of them together. So our new denominator is going to be x times x plus y in parentheses. So those are our new denominators. And then the numerators, we need to multiply by the previous opposite denominator, which means A, we're going to multiply x plus y. So that'll come up here, x plus y. And then B will be multiplied by x. I think we'll put it this way. And then we just have to solve it. And so this basically means a x plus y plus so all I did was just rewrite it. And there are 3 possible answers. The first one, we can distribute out the ax plus y. So we would have ax plus ay plus xb over x plus y. Or distribute out the top again, ax plus ay plus xb, and then actually distribute out or multiply out this as well. So that would actually be x squared plus xy. Or the last one, we keep the top the way that it is. And then multiply out the bottom together. So we would have a times x plus y plus xb over x squared plus xy. So any of those answers is correct. So we found at the beginning its least common multiple, multiplied the numerators by its opposite, and then just solved it. And now we're going to do another one. All right, so this one is going to be 4x plus a over a plus b plus c over x. Excuse me. All right, so then we find our least common multiples of the denominators. So that becomes x times a plus b multiply our numerators by the previous denominators. So we have x times 4x plus a and c times a plus b. And we are going to solve that. So we have this one, if we go through, it's going to be 4x squared plus, oh, I'm going to do it down here. So we have 4x squared plus ax for this one up here, plus c times a plus c times b. It's all the numerators. And then x over a b. That is a b. All right. Next one is going to be a plus b over x plus c over m plus d. So we're going to have 3 terms this time. Right, and we find the common denominator, or the common multiple for the denominator is just going to be mx. Remember, d is understood to be d over 1. So then the first term gets this denominator. So it's going to be m over a plus b. Spread them out a little bit so you can see. And the second term will get the first denominator. So it's going to be cx over mx. And the third term will get both the previous term's denominators. So it's dmx over mx. And then we combine them to solve. So that would equal ma plus b plus cx plus dmx all over mx. So final answer. All right, and we're going to do one more. I'll fit it in here. It's going to be a over b plus c plus d tm over k. Oh, hold on. I missed the whole term. Start again. Sorry. All right. So it's going to be a over b plus c minus x plus dtm over k. So a over b plus c minus x plus dtm over k. Right, so the common denominator is going to be KB plus C. I'll do it down here. And so then the first one will get that denominator. So it's AK or KA, whichever. And the X will get both denominators. So it's going to be XKB plus C. And then the third one will get the first denominator. So it'll be D plus M parentheses B plus C. Right, and then we solve it. All we do is push it all together. So we have A K minus X K B plus C plus D plus M B plus C all over KB plus C. All right, so rational expressions, just a reminder, we first found the least common multiple of the denominators to create a common denominator for all the fractions. And then the numerators were multiplied by the previous opposite denominator. And then we set up our new fractions and then solved it. So we just pretty much put all the numerators together over the new denominator, and that's how you solve the rational expressions. Right, the second part of lesson 52 is overall averages. All right, so we have overall averages, and the overall average is equal to the sum of all the numbers over the number of numbers. The overall average is the sum of all the numbers over the number of numbers. And so let's see what that looks like. So our first problem, we have an average of 6 numbers is 8. And an average of 4 numbers is 10. We have an average of 6 numbers is 8, and an average of 4 numbers is 10. So in order to find the overall average, we need to first find the sum of all the numbers. So we know we have 6 numbers over here and 4 numbers down there. And their average is 8, their average is 10, so we would do 6 times 8 plus 4 times 10. Top of that. And then by the number of numbers. We have 6 numbers and 4 numbers, so it would be 6 plus 4. Excuse me. All right, 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 4 times 10 is 40. 6 plus 4 is 10. So Then if we were to add this up and divide it by 10, we would get 8.8. So the overall average of these 10 numbers is 8.8. And we'll do one more. All right, so we have the average of 90 numbers is 4. And the average of 10 numbers is 6. So the average of 90 numbers is 4, and the average of 10 numbers is 6. So we need to find the sum of all the numbers. So we have 90 numbers and their average is 4, so we would do 90 times 4. Plus we have 10 numbers and their average is 6, so it would be 10 times 6. Over, we have 90 numbers here and 10 numbers here, so 90 plus 10. Let's figure that out. 4 times 90 is 360. 10 times 6 is 60. And 90 plus 10 is 100. If we added those two up and then divided it out, our final answer would be 4.2. It's the overall average. So for overall averages, again, all we did was multiply the number of numbers by its average for both problems that they've given us, added those together to get the sum of all the numbers, and then divided it by the number of numbers. So however many numbers we had total, we added up, and then we went ahead and added it through, and then divided it and got our overall average. And that is all of lesson 52.